This year's large gathering of Iranians will be held in Paris on June 30th, and the presence of each one of you shows your people will for freedom and democracy, as well as support for the National Council of Resistance of Iran as an alternative to the Mollah regime. The Mollah regime is drowned in internal and external crises. On the one hand, is severely restrained by the uprisings inside Iran. On the other hand, the National Council of Resistance of Iran has gained widespread victories on international and domestic levels. This is a positive sign of the overthrow of the dictatorship and establishment of a free democratic system. I, on behalf of the Committee of Romanian Parliamentarians for a Free Iran, show our support for Mrs. President Mariam Rajavi and a 10-point plan for Iran in the hope of establishing a democratic republic. Salam be Iran, salam be Azadi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Council of Europe in the Parliamentary Assembly, and I want to say a few sentences, clear a few statements about Iran. You know, the situation in this country is becoming more and more hot, and demonstrations more than 100 cities. There are more than 50 persons killed, 8,000 people arrested for exercising their democratic right for a peaceful protest. So first of all, we are condemning all these human rights violations in the country. Of course, we are strongly supporting with protesters who are not simply protesting, they are expressing very clear statements. They say no to Khamenei regime, no to Rouhani regime. They're saying game is over, we need a regime change, and they say yes for democracy. We, in the Council of Europe, recently we proposed a written declaration about Iran protests, which was signed by more than 100 participants of this Parliamentary Assembly in April 2018. I also want to remind that Iranian opposition is organizing gatherings in Europe, and the event will take place on 13th of June, Saturday. It will be in Paris. So thank you, and I hope you will respond to appeal.
Now, we saw an uprising last year, late in 2017, and in January of this year, 2018, and it shows that the people of Iran want to change, and they want to change because they want a free democratic Iran, and this is what the NCRI is promising to bring. And the gathering next month in June in Paris is always a fantastic gathering, and it puts the whole situation of human rights and the terrorism and the abuses in the past as well as in the present that's going on the map, on the international map. And this gathering is happening at the end of June, and of course there will be many speeches there, all calling for an end to the clerical regime with its terrorism, its suppression of people, and it's always the threat of creating nuclear armament. So I can only lend my support to the NCRI and Mrs. Miriam Rajavi and to all the people of Iran, and hope that very soon the world will take notice, that the United Nations Security Council will call for an investigation into the human rights abuses that have happened in Iran, both historic and more recent, so that we can see Iran having a positive future, free from these horrendous human rights abuses.
با سلام، ادامه خبرها و گزارش‌های این ساعت را به آگاهی می‌رسانیم.